Hi Gruffalo fans, let's zoom off to space and search for Janet, Bill and friends. And it's the Smeds and the Smoos. By a Lubular lake on a far-off planet, there lived a young Smed, and her name was Janet. Not far away on a Humplety hill, there lived a young Smoo by the name of Bill. Janet, like all the Smeds, was red, and this was what her grandfather said. Never, never play with the Smoos. They sleep in holes, they wear strange shoes. They jump about like kangaroos. Never, never play with the Smoos. Bill, like the other Smoos, was blue. And these were the words of Grandmother Smoo. Never, never play with the Smeds. They have strange hair upon their heads. They sleep in funny things called beds. Never, never play with the Smeds. The Smeds on their lake like nothing better than splashing about, getting wetter and wetter. But Janet grew bored of this watery play, so early one morning she tiptoed away. The Smoos jumped about on the Humplety hill and bounced up and down it, and they never stood still. But Bill was beginning to think, this is boring. So early one morning, he set off exploring. Janet and Bill met in the Wurpular wood, where the truckles grew tall and the glumpoms smelled good. The two rubbed antennae. They played all day long. She told him a story. He sang her a song. Then they climbed to the top of the gerberry coot and nibbled its juicy and jellyful fruit. Till who should disturb them? That Grandfather Smed, shaking his fist as he angrily said, never, never play with the Smoo. They're such a nasty shade of blue. For the 100th time I say to you, never, never play with the Smoo. Grandmother Smoo was close behind, and this is how she spoke her mind. Never, never play with the Smed. They're such a dreadful shade of red. I'll say again like I always said, never, never play with the Smed. Years went by in the far-off planet. Janet missed Bill, and Bill missed Janet. Off they crept whenever they could to sing and play in the Wurpular wood. The two of them grew and decided to wed. But what do you think their grandparents said? Never, never marry a Smoo. They're a beastly bunch. They're a crazy crew. They drink black tea. They eat green stew. Never, never marry a Smoo. Never, never marry Sarah's child. Are you off your head? They drink pink milk. They eat brown bread. Never, never marry a Smed. Janet and Bill stole out that night when their family slept and Scroon shone bright. They clambered into the Smeds' red rocket. Grandfather Smed had forgotten to lock it. Bill pressed the button and Janet steered. When their families woke, they have both disappeared. The Smed said, "It's our Bill who must have stolen our Janet and taken her off to a distant planet." The Smoos said, "It's our Janet who's stolen our Bill and led him away from the Hubblety Hill." The Smoos clambered into the rocket of blue and said to the Smeds, "You had better come too." Suspicious and scowling, they soared into space till they reached planet Vundra, a dry, dusty place. The Vuns had long arms which waved in the air, but they didn't have news of the runaway pair. The next stop was Lurgelstrop, covered in roses and watered by beasts with small eyes and long noses. They touched down in Grimbletosh, covered in grime. Then they searched planet Glurch and found nothing but slime. One morning, the Smoos found they have running out of tea. So the Smeds shared their milk, which was pink as could be. Then Grandfather Smed said, "My hair needs a trim." And Grandmother Smoo kindly cut it for him. They landed on Skloop, where the Skloopies wore kilts. Then flew to Klaboo, where the Clabs walked on stilts. They search all year long, and they search longer still. But they didn't find Janet, and they didn't find Bill. "Alas!" said the Smoos, and the Smed said, "Alack! We are failed in our quest. We had better turn back." They flew back home to our own little planet, and not below them they saw Bill and Janet. The rocket touched down to the Wirpula Wood, where the truffles grew tall and the glompoms smelled good. And there in a glade, in the rocket of red, were the runaway Smoo and the runaway Smed. They got lost and flown home again, only to find all of the others hadn't been left behind. There was joy, jam and jumping, and Janet said, "Maybe you'd like to make friends with our dear little baby." A baby? A red one? A blue one? But no! That baby was purple from head to toe. They all hugged the Smoos Smed, our new baby brother, and Grandpa and Gran even hugged one another. They played and they splashed and they danced with delight, and they played with that baby from morning till night. They made him a rattle, they made him a flute, they fed him the fruit of the gerberry coat. Of the silvery scroon, and you can sing too if you make up a tune. Play with the Smeds and play with the Smoos, play with whichever friends you choose, then close your eyes and while you snooze, dream of the Smeds and dream of the Smoos. Dream of the Smeds and dream of the Smoos. Bill was a Smoo and Janet a Smed, and this was what her grandparents said. Never, never play with the Smoos. They sleep in holes, they wear strange shoes. They jump about like kangaroos. Never, never play with the Smoos. Never, never play with the Smeds. They have strange hair upon their heads. They sleep in funny things called beds. Never, never play with the Smeds. Janet and Bill decided to wed, and this was what her grandparents said. Never, never marry a Smoo. They're such a nasty shade of blue. They drink black tea, they eat green stew. Never, never marry a Smoo. Never, never marry a Smed. They're such a dreadful shade of red. They drink pink milk, they eat brown bread. Never, never marry a Smed. A baby was born to Bill and his Janet, the right purple baby in all of the planet. Everyone loved that little Smoos Smed, and this was what their great-grandparents said. Play with the Smeds and play with the Smoos. Play with whichever friends you choose. Then close your eyes, and while you snooze, dream of the Smeds and dream of the Smoos. Dream of the Smeds and dream of the Smoos. I hope you enjoyed the show, but as everyone knows, that Julia wrote nonsense words. Well, I hope you enjoy it, but the next show is going to be a musical story, and it's called Tabby McTat. So I'll see you then.